News 3 Now at 6 starts right now. Breaking in the last hour, former UW Rebecca Blank has passed away at the age of 67 from cancer. Current Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin confirming Blank's death in a tweet tonight. Blank served as chancellor for nearly 9 years at UW and originally left to become the president last fall at Northwestern University. However, due to her cancer diagnosis, she was never able to take on the position. She passed away last night, and the news of her death broke within the last hour. Here's Chancellor Mnuchin's tweet tonight saying, in part, our community has lost a brilliant leader. She improved so many lives as a scholar in government and leading our great university for 9 years. We'll have more on Blank's death tonight at 10. We sent out a push alert through the Channel 3000 mobile app when we confirmed the news of Blank's passing. Download it for free and turn on push notifications so you never miss a breaking story. Turning now to some developing national news. Former President Jimmy Carter is entering hospice care. A statement from the Carter Center says the 98-year-old will stay in his home while in hospice. He recently had been in and out of the hospital for short stays. The Carter family has asked for privacy and is grateful for the concern shown by so many Americans. Carter, of course, is the oldest living American president. He was elected in 1976 and served one term in office. We're about 3 weeks away from daylight saving times, and the days are already beginning to feel a little bit longer. Sunset here in Madison today at 5:32, but as you see, some of daylight is still on the horizon. Meteorologist Julian Searight joins us now on the patio with the first warn forecast. Julian?
That's right, Talia. We are looking at some really longer days in the horizon for us. And on top of it, just about 30 days until we finally get to spring. Now, on top of it, well, we're going to be dealing with the nice nights. We still have a bit of a sunset still lingering with some daylights, but most of the clouds are starting to roll in. And it's going to be like that for the rest of tonight. Cloudy conditions, temperatures in the 30s, but we're going to be steady into those middle 30s throughout the overnight hours. So honestly, our coolest part of the night is going to be between around 8 and 10 o'clock. And then otherwise, it's going to be mild once again heading into the overnight, going into our Sunday morning. Temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 34 for Madison and for Janesville, 35 degrees in Fort Platteville. Those southwesterly winds and southerly winds are keeping things mild throughout southern Wisconsin, but the good news is they're not overly breezy. Around 7 miles per hour as of right now for Madison, Monroe, and 9 miles per hour for Platteville, and about 3 miles per hour for Janesville. Tonight we're going to see those temperatures again. The low for Madison will be hitting rather early, and then once we get into the overnight hours, we're going to be back into those middle 30s overnight, transitioning into tomorrow. But folks, we do have once again another alert day in effect. This is going to be from Tuesday night through Thursday. That's right, we have another storm system coming in for our Thursday that will be impacting many areas. Now, we'll be talking about this in great detail coming up in a few moments. Until then, back to you.
3, 2, 1, go!
While some of us were nice and cozy in our beds this morning, another group of people were out on a frozen Lake Monona doing the exact opposite, freezing their tails off. Hundreds braved the freezing cold water today to raise money for the Wisconsin Special Olympics. Our Braden Ross was there and joins us now with more. Braden?
Yeah, more than 800 people took the plunge today, and it's all for a great cause. Take a look.
Just did my first polar plunge. We made it official that we raised money for a good cause.
On a Saturday morning, Paul Jaglinski is trading in his clipboard for a whistle.
Taylor and Sam both played for me at Assumption where I coach girls basketball.
They and more than 800 others took the plunge into frigid Lake Monona.
3, 2, 1, go!
The polar plunge itself wasn't a real long swim, so once you get past the shock, you were set to go.
You jump in, you run out, you hop in one of the hot tubs that are donated, and then you change, and it's all over in a few minutes. And it's for a really good cause, so it is really fun.
Plunger after plunger braved the 35-degree water to raise money for the Special Olympics.
Today, we're over $200,000 we've raised, which is incredible. It's a lot of work for a great cause and a great partnership that is going to help Special Olympics athletes really, participated in some cool athletics and sports that it's for a great cause.
Paul says he's happy to sport some stripes and make the jump if it means more athletes can do what they love.
We're here to kind of do our part and to really give back to the community. Special Olympics is a terrific cause. I love the fact that they're able to compete, and we felt it was a great opportunity for us to raise some money and to hopefully help them have some screenings and help athletes go ahead and move forward with what they wanted to do.
And so far, polar plungers at events across the state have raised close to $500,000 for the Wisconsin Special Olympics.
Brayden, thank you. We're still waiting to get an update from Madison police if there are any new leads in a deadly hit-and-run case from earlier this week that killed a man and his dog. This is the car police say is responsible, and they're continuing to search for it. They say it has a smashed front windshield and may be a Chevy Malibu that frequents the area where the crash happened. Last night, the Dane County Medical Examiner identified the victim as 66-year-old Stephen Flack. Preliminary autopsy results confirmed that he died from his injuries sustained in the crash. Police say Flack was walking his dog on Schroeder Road when the two were hit and killed Wednesday night. This is the second deadly hit and run on that road in the past 2 years. Anyone with information that can help police find that vehicle and make an arrest is asked to call Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. Temperatures in Madison can be unpredictable, but not even our most accurate First One weather team could measure the conditions where our Andrew Banstra was today, an event called Pouring Your Hearts Out.
Yeah, that's right. I spent the afternoon with iron casters at Olbert Community Gardens as they melted metal into lava to form one of the most unique art shows you'll ever see. I've got my flame retardant jacket on here at Olbert Community Gardens because today things are getting hot and we're pouring our hearts out. At the 14th annual Pouring Your Heart Out event, dozens of iron casters showed the public their craft that dates back thousands of years.
It's always a lot of fun pouring metal with Iron Family. That's what we call ourselves.
Since iron casters can't really give tours to the open public, they brought their tour to the public.
The neatest thing about metal casting is that you have that freedom to produce something that didn't exist moments before, and you're only limited by your imagination.
They melted down old bathtubs and radiators in what's called a cupola, which turns the iron into a liquid. They transported the lava into their 3D casting trays and poured them in to dry.
The processes that we use today are dating back several thousand years in many cases, where people took molten metal produced near their campfires and took that and poured it into small cavities they etched or carved into the stone or sand.
The 3D molds they pour their lava into is uniquely Wisconsin as well.
The molding material, the sand itself, some of the best sand in the world comes right here in Wisconsin.
In fact, if Wapaka, the plant Greg worked at, were its own country, they'd be producing the 8th most iron casting in the world. Clearly, it's in his blood.
I made my very first casting in the summer of 1969.
Today, though, is especially fun because they're not making brake rotors and things of that nature. They're making art.
It's often like a family reunion when we get together and pour iron.
Now, they hold this event annually, and they bring in iron casters from around the upper Midwest. For them, it's important that they educate the public on something they say is a much bigger part of our lives than we realize.
Andrew, thank you. Whether you're a train enthusiast or not, there seemed to be something to grab everyone's attention at the Matt City Model Railroad Show and Sale today. It's being hosted at Exhibition Hall of Alliant Energy Center, bringing together both the young and old to share something they're passionate about. Photojournalist Jim Abraham caught up with some of the youngest attendees from today to hear why they're interested in trains.
Well, because they're fun to play with.
Some are fast, some are small, some are big, and they're really cool.
They're just really cool in general. I like them. I really like controlling them. They look cool and they're fun to drive. They make a whistling sound. Choo-choo! Hoo-hoo!
If you missed out, the show continues tomorrow from 9 in the morning through 4 o'clock. Tickets cost $14 at the door for adults and $6 for kids. Those 5 and under get in for free. We're more than halfway through Black History Month, and to celebrate, this afternoon, over 3 dozen Black and brown business owners filled Elver Park Neighborhood Center to showcase their products. The event is called Minding My Black-Owned Business, something organizers say they've spent months working to bring to life. They say it's also a great opportunity for Black entrepreneurs to network and help each other advance their businesses.
idea of this whole event was just to celebrate Black history, bring out Black locally business owners, entrepreneurs, and just fill our space up.
A bonus, you didn't even have to necessarily shop to walk away with something new, as gift cards were raffled off each half hour. Coming up, keg throwing and brat tossing. It's hard to get more Wisconsin than that. Still ahead at 6, why a brewery and tap room this afternoon in Paoli decided to host its own winter games.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
The secret to success is always something like, hang in there, embrace the hustle.
No pain, no gain.
But at Denver Mattress, we believe the best way to get ahead is to start ahead. With a great night's sleep on a Purple mattress. And right now, save up to $900 on Purple mattress and Ascent adjustable base bundles. Overnight success is waiting, only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Nominate the Best of Madison online today, including Beef Butter Barbecue for Best Barbecue, Best Catering. Cast a nomination for Beef Butter Barbecue and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
Not attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
In Paoli this afternoon, the Hop Garden decided to host its own winter games with an appropriate Wisconsin spin. We're talking brat tossing, keg throwing, and stein holding contests, all enjoyed with live music, cold beer, and hot chili. With the spring equinox still a little over a month away, events like today's are bringing Wisconsinites together to push through winter, all while having a lot of fun.
The secrets to winning the keg throwing contest are you gotta have good balance, a good grip on the keg, and you have good feet position, know how to throw your momentum.
The games were open for teams of 2, and even better, you didn't have to pay to sign up, as participation was free. More news is still ahead. We'll share how a group of lacrosse school children are helping one of their classmates fit right in, making it possible for all to play during recess. And Julian is back with a check of the first warn forecast.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
This President's Day, we're throwing a 5-star celebration at Bob's Discount Furniture, making it super easy to shop my top-rated products. I've got on-trend styles, unbeatable prices, thousands of highly rated and reviewed pieces ready to ship now. So this President's Day, ditch the gimmicks and phony sales because the stars have aligned at Bob's. The reviews are in. Shop Bob's for style, value, and quality.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543. I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry everyone, I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks Dawn, we think our windows are pretty great too.
Take 2.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone.
Again? Seriously?
All right, team. We got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
For back pain, I've always been a take two and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salonpas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
In western Wisconsin, some kids are working to make play possible for everyone. A few weeks ago, 4 Wisconsin 5th graders pitched an idea for an all-abilities playground at a crowdfunding event. And get this, they won, earning the money to get the project started. Emily Haugen from our sister station, WKBT, has the inspiring story out of La Crosse.
Being a kid means freedom to play. Recess gives 9-year-old Finley Weber that freedom.
My favorite thing to do at recess is playing with my friends.
Finley uses a wheelchair, so his recess at State Road Elementary looks different.
3,
right now,
2, 1, go!
It's a lot of racing. Finley's mom, Emily, says their family is new to State Road Elementary.
I'm sure he'd like to be able to get on the actual equipment and be a part of that play too. He just hasn't been able to, so he adapts in other ways.
On the playground, the school district installed a swing and a ramp Finley could use. But still, his options are limited.
It's not fair that other kids get to play on the playground.
4 State Road 5th graders notice those limits.
And he gets all dressed up in his winter gear, but all he can do is roll on the pavement and not play on any playground equipment. So we want to make playground equipment that he can play on.
The girls won a grant to bring accessible equipment to their school.
Lots of kids like to play with Finley, and it's not just for Finley, everyone can play on it.
As Finley's mom, Emily is grateful for their empathy.
They were able to imagine probably what his recess is like, and they wanted to change that for him and for other kids. So
she's also thankful for their friendship.
Let's go!
Getting to play with tons of kids like him and not like him has just been, it went from being something scary to me to being something so incredible to witness.
A space that could include all kids for years to come. For CBS News, I'm Emily Haugen, La Crosse.
Julian joins us now with the firstborn forecast. Julian?
Well, we have another pattern of the weekends are quiet and honestly pretty wonderful, but we do have some messy weather in our forecast later into next week. So let's get right into it. The 3 things that we're going to need to know. Well, this weekend at least is going to shape up to be nice, mild, sunny, but we are going to see some clouds heading into our Sunday. But we have another round of some light snow starting in from our late Tuesday night through Thursday. But with that snow, we are also looking at some sleet and freezing rain to be mixing in with it. So ice accumulations is one thing that is also going to be possible. So we'll get into our alert day details in just a moment. But we can see just outside of our sky cam as of right now, darker clouds are starting to build as we get into the rest of the evening hours and heading into tonight. Now, our temperatures are going to be at their coldest over the next couple of hours, but heading into the overnights, we're going to see temperatures back into those middle 30s. So it's still going to feel rather nice outside as we still have those southerly winds, keeping things mild. Now, in terms of planning tomorrow, Lower to mid 40s is what we're going to be expecting. It's going to be cloudy, varying throughout much of our Sunday, so don't expect too much in terms of sunshine, but there will be breaks in our forecast. Taking a look at our future track, you can see those southerly winds are going to continue to press on throughout the overnight hours, keeping things rather mild. Once we're waking up for our Sunday morning, we are going to be having an opening in our skies, but again, building into cloud cover once we get into the noon hour, and temperatures being into the lower 40s and then the upper 30s will be bouncing back and forth throughout our Sunday afternoon. But overall, we're not looking for it to be an overly breezy day, so our Sunday is actually going to be stacking up to be another nice one for us, though it's going to be rather cloudy as we transition into our early Monday morning. Now, Monday morning, notes that it's going to be on the colder side. We are looking for a bit more breakage in our sky covers. We're waking up for our 7 a.m. commutes, but otherwise, things are going to be rather quiet. Now, the one thing we are going to be watching for is the alert day, going into our late Tuesday night into our Thursday. Now, here's the details of what we're going to be watching for. Accumulating snow once again from Tuesday nights going into our Thursday, but not just the accumulating snow, we're also going to be watching for any kind of mixing that will be bringing in and accumulating some ice that's also going to be treacherous for us as we get into the rest of our Thursday. So this is what we're going to be looking at. We have a system that's coming in late Tuesday that's first going to be bringing in snow, especially just north of Dane County and at much of northern Wisconsin. As we transition into Wednesday, still holding on to a couple of snow showers and even some flurries, but with warmer air starting to roll its way in, some mixing of some freezing rain, and the closer you are to Rockford, could even see some of that rain as well. So sleets, wintry mixes, and freezing rain transitioning from Wednesday night into our early Thursday is very likely. And on top of it, still dealing with snowfalls, we get into the rest of our Thursday evening as well. So we are looking for, don't hold on to these numbers, but there could be some significant ice accumulation from Dane County and areas south near the Illinois state line. And furthermore, in terms of snow, once again, do not hold on to these snow totals, but we could still see some significant snow totals or snow that falls throughout much of the area. So we're going to be looking at, once again, the alert days for our Wednesday, Thursday, and Tuesday nights. Temperatures themselves are going to be rather nice for our Sunday, but heading into Monday, President's Day, not going to be too bad. We may see a couple of flurries, but overall things will really start to get pretty hectic once we get into our Tuesday nights, leading into our Thursday tail, Leo.
All right, Julian, thank you.
Yep.
Another day of highs and lows for Badger men's basketball. Jordan joins us with your sports forecast. Sports coming up next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Congratulations! It's a new sewing machine from the Electric Needle. It's more accurate than older models and has hassle-free threading. Plus, it comes with free unlimited owner's lessons. Find sewing success at the Electric Needle. Frontage Road off Seminole Highway.
After violence turned Waukesha's Christmas parade into tragedy, Judge Jennifer Doro ensured justice was served, maintaining order, protecting the rights of victims. Her grace under fire won praise nationally. Now Judge Jennifer Doro is ready to serve on the Supreme Court. Wife, mother, prosecutor. Judge Doro's life's work is keeping Wisconsin families safe. It's no surprise Judge Doro is law enforcement's choice. The tested judicial leader, Judge Jennifer Doro for Supreme Court.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Congratulations! It's a new sewing machine from the Electric Needle. It's more accurate than older models and has hassle-free threading. Plus, it comes with free unlimited owner's lessons. Find sewing success at the Electric Needle. Frontage Road off Seminole Highway.
For 20% of its victims, the fallout from concussion can last months or years.
It affects their work, their family life. It affects everything.
News 3 Now, Charlotte Deleste shares her personal battle with the invisible injury. Thursday at 10.
It's been a rough 6 weeks for the Badger men's basketball team. Win a game, lose a game. Win a game, lose a game. Actually, the last time Wisconsin won consecutive games was the first week of January when they were riding a 6-game win streak. While the roller coaster continued today against Rutgers. They're down by a point with 5 minutes to go. Jordan Davis flushes a triple. That's 3 of his team-high 14 points, and it's also good for the lead. Now, the Scarlet Knights, they tie it up, but Kamari McGee has the answer from the corner. Badgers are back on top. Now, Rutgers is sticking close by. They're trailing by 1 with about a minute left, and Andre Hyatt throws it down. By now, you probably know how this one ends. There's 11 seconds on the clock. Connor Season drives the lane. He can't sink the shot, so Max Klesmit's going to give it a try. He can't take it to the cup, so he feeds CE3, but Clifford Amore blocks the shot, allowing Rutgers to squeak out a win, 58-57, the final. Another tough, heartbreaking loss for the Badgers.
You come down to the last possession, and we've been in a lot of these, the spotlight goes on that we don't convert. But like I said, there's things we'll find as I go through the tape that put us in that position. But typically against Rutgers, as most teams in this league, it's a lower possession, rock fight, so to speak, and that's where every possession matters, no matter if it's in the last 11 seconds or the first 11 minutes.
Just 4 games left in the regular season. The Badgers will host the Hawkeyes on Wednesday. That wraps up their 3-game homestand. Tip-off for that one is set for 8. A lot of eyes are on Madison this weekend as the Badger women's hockey team hosts the #1 team in the country, who also happen to be the reigning national champions. Also adding to this marquee matchup between UW and Ohio State is that the Buckeyes could win the WCHA regular season title. Now, Mark Johnson's group, they have other plans. Casey O'Brien opened scoring in the first period to give Bucky a 1-0 lead. That's part of a 4-goal opening period for UW. Britta Curl and Jessie Comfort capitalize on power plays, and Comfort actually lights the lamp again just before first intermission. But not so fast. The Buckeyes are going to rally back. They're going to tie it up at 5, take it to overtime, where Kirsten Sims plays hero with a penalty shot, and UW comes away with the OT win. Last night did not go according to plan for Wisconsin men's hockey, a 6-2 loss to Michigan State. But good news, the Badgers still have another game to redeem themselves in their final home series of the regular season. That finale gets underway at 7. I'll have those highlights tonight at 10. And Jerry Kelly and Steve Stricker are getting after it in the second round of the Chubb Classic. Kelly up 20 spots from yesterday, with Stricker moving up 4. Kelly currently sits tied for second at 9 under. Stricker tied for 6th, and this tourney wraps up tomorrow in Naples.
Ooh, sounds like a busy one.
Yeah, probably it's a lot warmer down there than it is up here.
It's a mess over here. Speaking of, let's take a look at our 10-day forecast. We're looking at temperatures that are still going to be in the 30s, and we have another mess of not only snow, but rain, freezing rain, and sleets.
All right, we'll see you back here at 10.